Shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory be to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem Baruch HaKodash. And I want to say double honors to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone that rule well, and blessings to the hopeful elect out there listening and learning and teaching this word in sincerity and truth. And a sincere hopes that we may edify and feed the lambs of Yahweh Shai, especially in these last days. And yeah, pretty much I just wanted to do a quick video on this. I woke up, as you can see, this is put up 46 minutes ago. And by Patrick Humphrey. Been watching this guy for a while. Was put onto him by Elder Apostle Tahar, I believe. Speaks about the videos that he puts up from time to time. And he comes with some information about what's going on, boots on the ground sort of thing, and what's going on over there, the mayhem that's going on over there in Babylon. And as you can see, like, all hell is about to break loose, man. The year 2025, so-called, just before the inauguration of Donald Trump. You got, cyber trucks getting blown up. You got trucks running over people, putting them to death, New Orleans and all of that. People are just, planes are falling out of the sky, left, right, and center. Now's not the time to be jet setting. I mean, things are just happening, man. And that's why, we gotta gird up our loins, man. That's why we gotta be circumspect, definitely. So it says breaking. It says critical infrastructure in multiple states under attack. Trains and highways shut down. All right, now they're pretty much they're finding people driving down the highways with explosive devices in them. I mean, you got a lot of even Darbu was talking about, you got like these sleeper cells and shit. You got like individuals out there that are MK'd up, MK Ultra'd up, brainwashed, and pretty much just waiting to be triggered to do some shit. Alright, to start some shit. And when I say start some shit, I mean like push out nothing but chaos. Alright, and that's all by design, because we know that, they want to push that order. Okay? Excuse me. Remember, we've been talking about with the elites and their formula of order through chaos. One second. So yeah, sorry, I just had to switch rooms for a minute. But yeah, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna play you a little bit of this. Not the whole clip, just a little bit here. Spirit, and move to 144, and I even touched the screen again to move it again. But it stayed at 144. So I suppose let me play it from there. All right.
Pulled over, and then he tells the cop, the state trooper, that he has an explosive device. Why would he do this? What's going on with people right now? Things are deteriorating, and I feel like people are seeing this moment and jumping up.
Yeah, things are definitely deteriorating. All right, we're in that time where the Lord said, I will set the Egyptian against the Egyptian. We're in the midst of a civil war. We're in the midst of Jacob's trouble. We're in the midst of, pretty much all hell about to break loose. All right. And this is exactly why, we have to keep our head on a swivel out here, because, things are about to happen. This whole peace and safety spirit, people just finish cutting turkeys and, toasting to the new year and that and whatever, lighting fireworks and, that partying, and which that mirth spirit, it's done, it's drowned out, it's gone. A lot of people are feeling like on edge, and rightfully so, because all hell is about to break loose. Now's not the time to be kicking your feet up and just thinking like everything's all gravy. No, it's not that time. Okay, it's definitely not that time, man. All right. Let me get this scripture here. 1 Thessalonians chapter 5 verse 3. It says, in fact, let me start from 1. It says, but of the times and the seasons, brethren, Ye have no need that I write unto you. For yourselves know perfectly that the day of the Lord so cometh as a thief in the night. Right? And the Apostle Paul is saying that, you have no need that I write unto you, because you know perfectly. Because why? Because we got the prophecies, right, to lean on. All right, we understand that the scripture says in Habakkuk 2, right, that the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry, right? So it says, for when they shall say peace and safety, and the visions of these prophecies, by the way, all right, you got people out here, despite the fact that we make it plain up on tables for them, despite the fact that we actually break down these prophecies, they can't see it because the Lord has really put a spirit of deep sleep on them. Right? This mystery that we have is not for everyone to be able to receive. The mystery of salvation, the mystery of the destruction of Babylon the Great, right? The mystery of the elect being saved by big ass ships or chariots or a massive chariot. It's going to be so far beyond all that they look for, just like the scriptures say in Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter, especially these heathen. The scriptures call it the strangeness of our salvation. And we're heading to that time. Remember, scripture says in Romans 13 and 11, and that knowing the time, right, that now it is high time, right, to awake, right? Romans chapter 13, verse 11, and that knowing the time, that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. So, pretty much this is we're coming to that time, of our salvation. So brothers ain't gonna have to suffer much longer, man. Yeah, we're suffering, we're suffering right now, but we ain't really even seen the level of suffering that's about to come. We're talking food shortages, we're talking, civil war, we're talking Jacob's trouble, heads getting bust open, we're talking bodies lying out on the street, we're talking, Esau and his troops, just pretty much shoot to kill, shoot on sight, like, drones, bombs being let off, tanks rolling through the streets, big ass guns, the lot, It says, for when they shall say, back in 1 Thessalonians 5 and 3, for when they shall say peace and safety, then sudden destruction cometh upon them, as travail upon a woman with child, and they shall not escape. All right, so that peace and safety spirit, man, that's not the vibe to be in, okay? Because you in that spirit, then, you're going to get caught out there, because then that's when that sudden destruction is going to come, okay?
Are deteriorating, and I feel like people are seeing this moment and jumping on it. And I also like maybe copycats, and I feel like there could be maybe even something else going on. There's some weird things going on that we're going to get to in just a second that's happening in Vegas as well too, just very strange things. We'll get to that in a second, but it says here the Greenville County
strange things, things going on behind the scenes, very strange things. But the Lord said that these things would happen, that, you're going to be in a time where, you're going to be able to buy things that you need for somewhat cheap. At this moment in time, 2 Ezra 16 and 21, behold, victuals shall be so good cheap upon the earth that they shall think themselves to be in good case. That's that peace and safety, thinking that you're in a good case, right? Even then shall evils grow upon the earth, sword, famine, and great confusion. And that great confusion is the point that I wanted to draw out of that verse there, because we're in that time, where there is great confusion for these people out there. They're not really ready for what's coming. All right, the average person out there, that they're just walking around acting like they know that something's coming, but they can't put their finger on exactly what it is and why and who's doing it. Like we've been telling you about these elite banking families of the wicked, the nation of Esau, Edom. All right, and they're about to really set things off because they want chaos in order to establish their new world order.
As well too, just very strange things.
All right, they want to establish their new world order, man, through that chaos. So let's watch a little bit more of this here.
Like there could be maybe even something else going on. There's some weird things going on that we're going to get to in just a second that's happening.
Yeah, the weird things that are going on, that's that great confusion, man. All right, the sword, famine's about to hit, food shortages. All right, people are gonna be going crazy, man. You gotta think, you gotta picture this, man. You gotta really see it with your mind's eye. See the part, the vision that's been, written down before time. The scripture says, whatsoever things are written aforetime are written for our learning. Right, that's from Romans 15:14. So these prophecies, man. Like, we have to understand that these things have to happen. These things are going to get terrible, man. Things are going to get really, really bad, to the point where people, the average person out there, your neighbors and that, they're going to be looking for food to eat, when there's food shortages. They're going to be looking for safety. They're going to be looking to protect their families, their own interests. It's going to be dog eat dog. It's going to be pure chaos. And ain't going to be no emergency services, to mediate any situation, or, to help you when you're in a, like, I don't know, let's say you get some sort of injury or whatever, and you call 999, get the ambulance coming up and, patch you back up, and that. People are going to be bleeding out. People are going to be dying, man. People are going to be, chaos. People hopeless, their jaw hitting the floor, and, eyes popping out of their heads in amazement as to what's going on around them, not having the answers. And that's why the scripture says the wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times. It's Isaiah 33:6. All right, let's go into that one quick. It says, Isaiah 33:6, and wisdom and knowledge shall be the stability of thy times, and strength for salvation. The fear of the Lord is his treasure. So that's it. We got the wisdom and the knowledge, all right, to keep us stable, all right, to keep us unmovable in the times that are coming. And yeah, we're gonna be, we're gonna be frightened. Like the scriptures speak about that the remnant were frightened. The scriptures speak about the righteous scarcely being saved, right? But at the end of the day, to have the wisdom to know why these things are happening, that's going to give us a great advantage in the time to come, all right?
And something else going on. There's some weird things going on that we're going to get to in just a second that's happening in Vegas as well, too. Just very strange things. We'll get to that in a second, but it says here the Greenville County Sheriff's Office said SWAT and bomb teams were called to assist just after 3:30 p.m. It says the incident caused a backup near exit 44 at White Horse Road, and it lasted more than 4 hours.
That's mad. 44 White Horse Road. If you know anything about the White Horse, that's the Yahweh Shai, man. He's coming upon that white horse, right? And 4 represents mercy. 44. That's crazy, man. So I just kind of clocked that. White Horse Road and 44. I mean, that's beautiful. All right, and this is what Yahweh Shai, he's coming. The signs are there, man. Yahweh Shai is coming to bring war. The scriptures say that in righteousness he doth judge and make war. Okay. In fact, let me get that. Revelation 19. Okay, so in the midst of, we see Esau's got his plans for his new world order. He wants that chaos, all right, to establish that order, but he didn't think about the chaos that Yahweh Shai is coming to bring for him, that he can't escape from, right? This is Revelation 19:11. And I saw heaven opened, and behold, a white horse. And he that sat upon him was called Faithful and True. And in righteousness he doth judge and make war. Yeah? So listen, man, there's going to be a war. There's going to be a third world war, but there's also going to be a war that Esau and these other nations, they're going to be fighting against Yahweh Shai and the angels. You see that? Okay? So this is going to be the war to end all wars, man. Because when Yahweh Shai comes back, he's going to set up his rule. When the scripture says he must reign till he have put all enemies under his feet. 1 Corinthians 15, right? From verse 24 on down, it goes into that. It says his eyes, so Yahweh Shai is coming to make war. That's why the scripture says, woe unto you that desire the day of the Lord. To what end is it for you? The day of the Lord is darkness and not light. So this is that darkness that's being spoken of. When Yahweh Shai comes back, he's coming to judge and make war. All right. In fact, when the scripture says in Isaiah 66 that that the Lord's going to plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many, right? The word plead, right, goes back to judge, shapat. All right. In fact, let's go in. Let's say, prove all things, right? All right, Isaiah 66:15. For behold, the Lord, right, Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, will come with fire and with his chariots like a whirlwind. And so Yahweh Shai is coming with that heat, right? He wants all the smoke, man. All right. It says to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire, right? And that's that constant. That's that laser beam technology that Habakkuk was talking about, and Esdras was talking about. 2nd Esdras 13 was going into flaming breath, sparks, tempests. Habakkuk was talking about horns coming out of his hands, which is dealing with the beams of light, concentrated fire, just like they show you in War of the Worlds. Now you can say that whatever, never, we've never seen technology like that. Yeah, scoffers, right? But when they see it, then shall they know that a prophet have been among them. We've been telling you that Yahweh Shai is coming to bring war, and this is the fashion that he's going to bring war in. It says, for by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. Right? And look at it in the NLT, just to prove what I was saying. The Lord will punish the world by fire, and by his sword will he judge the earth, and many will be killed by him. I like that translation. Yeah, and we're with that, man. That's that Thanos shit. Yeah, we're with that. All right, so just to prove what I was saying, the word plead, shapat, in the Hebrew, to judge, right? There you go. Govern, vindicate, punish. To act as a lawgiver or a judge or a governor. Right? It says to rule, govern, judge, to decide controversy of God and man. Yeah, put all the speculations put to bed. Like Yahweh Shai is coming to set the pace, man. Set the levels, basically. Now you know what it is. Now you know what my prophets that I sent forth were saying is true. Ain't no fucking questioning business. Ain't no going back and forth as to, is this Yahweh Shai that they were talking about? Or nah, you gonna know. You're gonna know. The act of judgment, discriminating of man, vindicating, condemning and punishing. Condemning, man. Right? The theophanic advent for final judgment. Ooh. Let's look at that word theophanic. All right? Theophanic. Web search that one real quick fast. The theophanic. All right, the word theophanic. It says the visible manifestation to humankind of God, or a power, basically of the power. Look at that. The visible manifestation of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, basically. Yeah. Yahweh, who the world ignorantly calls God, and Yahweh Shai, who the world ignorantly calls Jesus Christ. Yahweh is about to send his son, Yahweh Shai, right? To visibly manifest himself to people. And it's not going to be pretty. It's not going to be pretty. All right, so this is what, and we're going to get that Isaiah 19 just to land back off of that. So that was just to prove that shapat in the Hebrew. Let's get Isaiah 19. Okay. And 1, it says the message to Egypt. And the modern day Egypt is America. Okay. That's why they have the pyramid on the back of the dollar bill. Okay. And the scriptures speak about the dead body shall lie in the street of the great city, which spiritually is called Sodom in Egypt. So that's how you know that that's talking about America. And when the scripture says dead bodies, it's talking about Israelites in a dead state of mind. Dead from the neck up, basically. Because the scripture says the man that wandereth out of the way of understanding shall remain in the congregation of the dead. So if you don't have this wisdom, this knowledge, this understanding, you're pretty much dead. You're the walking dead, just like the show, The Walking Dead. You're a dry ass zombie. You're just waiting for, your destruction when the Lord comes to pretty much bring that judgment, shapat, right? It says the burden of Egypt, right? Verse 1 in Isaiah 19. Behold, the Lord rideth upon a swift cloud and shall come into Egypt, and the idols of Egypt shall be moved at his presence, and the heart of Egypt shall melt in the midst of it. And that swift cloud, what does the scripture say in Revelation 1:7? Behold, he cometh with clouds, and every eye shall see him, right? That's talking about a gigantic ship, okay, which he's coming to bring judgment, and he's going to lead the charge of the angels as well. He's going to be up front leading the charge. That white horse that we spoke about in Revelation 19 and 11. which white represents purity and a horse represents power. Okay. So let's go back into this before we keep reading Isaiah 19.
At White Horse Road, and it lasted.
Yeah, look at that. He even played it back. White horse. Oh, beautiful.
More than 4 hours. It says after the bomb squad was called in.
Wait, hold on a minute. So
it caused a back.
Junction 44, White Horse Road. Let's play that back.
It says here the Greenville County Sheriff's Office said SWAT and bomb teams were called to assist just after 3:30 p.m. It says the incident caused a backup near exit 44 at White Horse Road, and it lasted more than 4 hours.
Ooh,
it says,
so that's 444 White Horse. So hold on, Junction 44, White Horse Road, and it lasted 4 hours, this backup. You can't tell me that ain't, come on, man. Hey, the Lord, 444, man. Brothers be seeing 444s, number plates, on numbers on the side of shops, and or be driving down, you be seeing 444 pop up all over the place right now. So that's our hope, man. We got hope, and the white horse, according to biblical, we just read in Revelation 19, the biblical breakdown of that white horse is talking about Yahweh Shai coming back, pure power, man, right, on that gigantic ship to do damage. In righteousness, he's going to judge and make war.
After the bomb squad was called in, even the FBI was called in, and the state law enforcement division bomb squad was called in as well too. They checked the tractor trailer and made sure there were no explosives inside of it. They made sure the scene was clear. They got it out of there, the tractor, and they arrested this guy, and he's in custody now, right? So lots of just weird things. They haven't released his name. I couldn't find his name. Lots of weird things happening, all right? There's also been an arrest in Idaho as well too for an IED, an improvised explosive device that was put on a railroad. Right, this guy placed a IED on a parked railroad car.
So there you go. So these agents, these people that Esau's got out there to pretty much be doing these things. And then can some of them be legit? Some of them could actually be legit, but you got a lot of these agents that are out there that Esau's got set up and activating them to pretty much stir up some shit. All right, to make this place out here like the Children of Men. If you've seen that movie. Where just all hell breaks loose and buildings just toppling and people running around screaming and, buildings getting blown up. That's exactly what we're coming to now. And Esau is setting this up, all right, because he wants that chaos and he wants that order to be established. And in fact, what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to Second Ezra's, not Second Ezra's, got Second Ezra's on my brain. 2 Corinthians 2:11. It says, unless Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. So we know that this devil's got things planned. He's got chaotic situations planned that he wants to push out so that he can come forth with that chip, and set up these chipping stations and say that and present it to you like it's for your peace and safety. That's why they be phasing out cash. That's why they be talking about these CBDCs. That's why they be, scaring people with the pandemic and all of that, whatever. Pretty much giving you no reason to doubt, the stability that Esau can bring in the midst of chaos. Because look, this is what we have to do for your safety. All right, but then that's the hour of temptation. The scriptures speak about that in Revelation 3:10. That it shall come upon all the world to try them that dwell upon the earth. The hour of temptation. All right. So let's go back to verse 2 in Isaiah 19 now. It says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians, right? And they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city and kingdom against kingdom. You see that? So that's basically civil war. And I remember last year, Elder Apostle Gabar was saying we got to bring this scripture out even more because it's so relevant right now, And you can see it. Right? And the modern day Egyptian, or Egypt is America. All right? The Lord said, I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. So you're going to have class riots. You're going to have, woke riots. You know what I'm saying? You're going to have people protesting, but it's going to get bloody. It's going to get violent. You know, like the scripture says, one people shall stand up to fight against another and swords in their hands. You're going to have the race riot conditions. You're going to have all kinds of things happening. And we hope that this is the year. Remember, Trump hasn't even been inaugurated yet. So as soon as Trump gets into power, with all of this, you know, Cybertrucks getting blown up and so on and so forth, this could all, you know, very well pave the way for Trump's draconian legislation that he pushes out as soon as he takes office. All right. So, you know, you got to gear up, man, for what's coming. All right. In fact, we could close out on Ephesians 5 and 15. It says, see then that you walk circumspectly, not as fools, but as wise, redeeming the time because the days are evil. Right. So we have to be circumspect of how we, you know, keep your head on a swivel. The word circumspect means to spectate around you. Right. You got the word circle and to spectate. Right? Don't be as a fool, be as a wise. So we got to be watching, man. The scriptures speak about us being watchmen. All right? We have to watch to see what's going on. We have to keep our minds armed with this word, man. Put on the whole armor, like the scripture says, man. All right? We ain't in that time, man. We ain't in that time of fucking chilling out. And nah, man, this is the time. Basically, buckle down, man. Like, get your head in the game, basically, you know? Your shit's about to pop off. All right? It says, redeeming the time because the days are evil. Wherefore be, you know, unwise, yeah, like the rest of these fucking idiots out here. You know, acting like nothing ain't gonna happen. You're gonna find out, man. But understanding what the will of the Lord is. Now, if you're in tune with the will of the Lord, then you gotta understand these prophecies, man. Yeah, you gotta understand what the Lord's about to do, what He wants us to do, and that's it. Just follow the blueprint, like Elder Apostle Aramlam video. Just follow the blueprint. One of his titles. I haven't seen the video, but I just seen the title. You just got to follow the blueprint, you know. I'm saying it in that sense. Just follow the blueprint. Just keep the scripture speak about the simplicity that's in Yahweh Shai, man. It's simple. Just follow the blueprint. Just keep prophesying, keep fearing the Lord, right, and stay circumspect and stay watching, man, and keep blowing the trumpet. And the Lord's coming to get us out of here, man. All right. So with that, man, you know, I'm gonna leave it there. I pray this was edifying. All hell's about to break loose. You see what's popping off. All right. Critical infrastructure in multiple states under attack. Trains and highways being shut down. People getting pulled over with, you know, explosive devices in their vehicles and that. Shit's popping off, man. All right. Anyway, with that, I want to say shalom to the elect.